National house prices up almost $60,000 over the last 12 months.
Have you ever wondered if our kids' generation will ever be able to afford a house in Australia? It's something that's been on my mind lately, especially with the way the housing market's been going. So I wanted to break it down and talk about the dynamics of the housing market, the crazy housing market. So first off, have you seen how much house prices are going for these days? It's nuts. In 2021, prices jumped by 22.4%, and even though things have calmed down a bit, places like Sydney and Melbourne are still insanely expensive. We're talking around $1.4 million in Sydney and $900,000 in Melbourne. It's no wonder so many of us are still living with our folks or renting. The job scene.
Data from job ad platform Seek reveals the number of roles being advertised fell 1.5% in June and 17.1% over the past 12 months.
The job market isn't exactly making things easier for them either. While there's been a drop in youth unemployment, a lot of Gen Zers are stuck in part-time gigs or juggling multiple jobs. This makes saving up for a house deposit feel like a goal that will never happen. The Australian Bureau of Statistics says underemployment is still a big issue, and that's definitely something we're feeling. Saving up. Speaking of saving, did you know it will now take over 12 years to save up a 20% deposit for a median price house in Sydney if you're earning an average wage? And that's if you're super disciplined about it. With rent, bills, and just trying to live a little, putting away that much cash is a serious challenge. Government help. There are some government schemes to help Gen Zers out there, like the First Homeowner Grant and the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme. But let's be real, these often aren't enough to bridge the gap. They're more like a tiny boost rather than a full-on solution. And you really start to understand that these schemes help buyers in the short term, but actually drive prices up long term, as it allows buyers to borrow more than they really need to. Looking at regional areas. One thing that now has to be considered is moving to a regional area. Since more people are working remotely now, places outside the big cities are becoming more appealing and affordable. Sure, you might not get the same job opportunities or amenities as in the city, but the trade-off could be worth it if it means affording a house. What's next for the market? No one's got a crystal ball, but there's some hope that if interest rates stay the same or go up and stronger land taxes, house prices might stabilize or even drop a bit. On the flip side, demand is still high and supply is tight, which could keep prices up. It all depends on how the economy shifts in the next few years. For anyone that follows the 18.6-year land cycle will know and understand that we are entering a very turbulent period of time. Getting smart with money. One thing young people can definitely do is get smart with their money. Financial literacy is super important. There's lots of new tech out there that can make a difference if we know how to use it. So will our kids ever afford a house in Australia? It's not impossible, but it's definitely tough. They'll need to be really adaptable, consider all their options, and maybe even rethink what the dream of home ownership looks like. The road ahead isn't easy, but with better government incentives, more public housing, stronger land taxes, some planning and a bit of luck, they might just get there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.